Right, and we'll get started. So let's just find a comfortable seat. Kristen, you might not know that I was on vacation last week and I have really not moved my body except for hiking. So this is going to feel great for me. I hope it feels good for you guys too. We'll just close our eyes. Maybe you have a dog in your lap. Sit up nice and tall, stretch your spine bones. Soften the muscles around your eyes, your jaw. Just a few breaths, calming breaths here, settling in. And when you're ready, bring your hands to your heart, a little space in between your palms. Nina is going to set my intention for me this morning. You can set your own. Breathe it in on your inhale, and then exhale out. Open your eyes. Let's just start really slowly, simply this morning. Let's just start with some neck rolls, just slowly in one direction first. I'm so stiff from driving. We drove and drove and drove, I feel, the entire time. About a 4-hour drive down to Manzanita, a little longer with 3 kids in the car, and then driving to hikes, switch sides. Feels nice to move my body in a different way. And then let's bring the head back to center. Stretch your arms out to the sides. Reach up and over with your right hand. This isn't going to work too well for me, but grab your left ear and gently guide your right ear down towards your shoulder. Keep your shoulder away. You can even lift your left fingertips up off the floor. You might look up. You might look down. Just play with that stretch in your neck. And then release that right hand and put it on your right cheek. So you just guide your head back up to neutral. Right arm comes down, left arm reaches up and over. Reach for your right ear with that left hand and gently bring your left ear down towards your left. Lift those right fingertips up off the ground. Look up, down. Maybe it's just slight movements. Stretch out that side of the neck. And then release the left hand, bring that to the side of your left cheek, and guide your head back up to center. Let's roll onto our backs. First, come down flat on your back. You can leave your knees straight up for a minute. Let's do just a little bit of core activation. I feel like I didn't get any core work this week, so if you did, lucky you, you're going to get just a little bit more. We'll start with just regular crunches. Let's just do 10 regular, nice and slow. So hands come either behind your head or sort of to the side, elbows wide. And lift up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. Release your hands, reach them forward, parallel to the ground, and then roll down. Legs come out straight in front of you. We'll do 10 just leg lifts. If it helps you, you can put your hands underneath your hips. Sometimes that makes it a little bit easier for me. I'm going to leave my hands out flat. So just lift the legs for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Take a moment. And then we're going to do those sort of reverse crunches, but we're going to come up a little bit higher. So I'll just demonstrate really fast. So we come the legs up and then lift. So you're going to lift your hips up. Let's go for 10. See if you can. And we'll start. Lift. 1. And down. Lift. 2. Down. Lift. 3. Down. Lift. 4. Press into your palms. Down. Lift. 5. Down. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one. 10. And down. Knees come up. Let's take a spinal twist. So we're going to bring the knees in towards the chest. Arms come out in a T. Drop the knees over to the right. And take your gaze to the left. Nice spinal twist. You might even feel a stretch in your left hip. Across your left shoulder. And then bring back to center. And twist to the left. Gaze to the right. And then back to center, and we'll roll like a ball a couple of times. And then we'll come over on the hands and knees to do some cat-cows. Let's roll a couple of times to massage your spine. And then you can roll all the way through over onto your knees. So my cat-cow, let's see, is probably going to be a little bit different. I'm going to come onto my forearms. Mine's going to be a little tiny cat-cow. But you can stay in your tabletop position, or if you want to, you can come down on your forearms like me. So find yourself in your version of your tabletop. Make sure that you've got your shoulders over your wrists or your elbows, knees under your hips. We'll just drop the tail, tuck the toes, gaze up for cow. And then press up the cat. And release cow. And cat. Let's do that one more time. Cow. And cat. Pause in your cat. Press into those palms. You can even press into your forearms. And spread your back wide. Activate your lat muscles. Activate your core. And then release, sit back, child's pose. Take your forehead down, you might even sway side to side just a little bit. And we'll walk our hands over to the right. Get a nice stretch in the left side of your body. Take your hips over to the left as your hands reach to the right. And then walk your hands back through center to the opposite side, hips to the right, hands to the left. And then come back through center. And however you need to get to standing, come to standing. Maybe you want to come back through down dog. Let's do that. Go to down dog. I'm going to go to dolphin. Just start to pedal your feet. Oddly enough, being on my forearm, even though that's the bone that's broken, feels fine. I guess as long as I'm on the outside of it, because it's the inside bone, it's the radius. So being on the outside of my arm is just fine. Then pause here. Try to press those heels down, chest towards the ground. Lift your right foot and take your left Achilles heel in between your big toe and second toe on the right foot. Let that weight help guide your left heel down. Then switch sides, right foot comes down, left big toe and second toe around the right Achilles tendon. Guide that heel down towards the ground. And then release. And make your way up to the top of your mat. Either jump or you can waddle walk, or if you need to, like me, you can just come to your knee and stand at the top of your mat. I'm going to move through step backs, as I mentioned earlier, but if you'd like to take your sun salutations, please feel free. Go through about 5 or 6 probably. So step backs are doing, it's sort of like a sun salutation, but not, because you're not doing the chaturanga. So whatever you feel up for today, maybe you just want to try something different. Hands come to heart, stand up nice and tall. Arms reach out and up. Reach up, maybe take a slight back bend. Squeeze the glutes, reach back. And then flat back, forward fold, all the way down. Halfway lift. Now I'm just going to step back, but move through your vinyasa, however you feel like. If you're going to do step backs with me, left foot comes back, you come to high lunge. So we're all going to be moving at our own pace, and that's just fine. If you're doing step backs, step that left foot forward, reach up, flat back, forward fold. I'm going to call the step backs just because that's what I'm doing, but please take your own practice. Halfway lift, and forward fold, step back with the right foot, high lunge, arms out and up. And release, step to the front of the mat. Arms out and up, reach up, take that back bend. Flat back, forward fold, all the way down. Halfway lift, left foot steps back, chest lifts, high lunge. We don't normally do step backs, but it's sort of a nice practice. Switch things up a little bit different stretch. Build up the strength in those legs. Give your arms a little break. Step the left foot forward. Maybe you had a big arm workout this week. Arms out and up. Flat back, forward fold all the way down. Halfway lift. Step back, right foot. Also a little bit of a balance challenge. High lunge. Switching weight in between those feet. Really feel your spine stretch long. Arms come down, bring the feet together. Arms out and up. Flat back, forward fold. Halfway lift. Step back, left foot. Reach up. Wherever you are, whatever practice you're doing, remember that breath. Arms come down, step forward, arms out and up. Flat back, forward fold. Halfway lift. Right foot steps back. If you're doing step backs, we're just going to go through it one more time each side. Arms up. And arms come down, step forward. Last set of step backs, arms up, flat back, forward fold. Halfway lift, left foot steps back, rise up, high lunge. Arms come down, step forward, reach up. Flat back, forward fold. Halfway lift. Right foot steps back. reach up. And step forward. Wherever you are, find your way to Tadasana. Eyes closed at the top of the mat. Big breath in and out. Arms out and up. Flat back, forward fold all the way down. You can step or jump back. I'm going to step back and I'm going to find my forearm plank. You can lower down into your chaturanga. I'm going to lower. Find Sphinx. Just make your way through whatever vinyasa feels good for you today. Maybe it's your cobra or your up dog. Come out of that, come back up to your plank. And then find your down dog or maybe your dolphin. Right leg lifts, bend and spin your hip open. Extend your right leg long. We're going to step it through in between the hands. Rise up. Low lunge, runner's lunge. Let's take that lizard pose. So forearms come to the inside of your right foot. You can take your left knee down if you want, or leave it up. Find that stretch. And then press up through your hands. Left hand plants down. Find a twist, twisting towards the right arm high. Keep your right knee pulled in towards your chest. And then come back to center, or it'll lift up, high lunge. Find that high lunge. Let's bend the elbows, reach back, nice stretch in the triceps. You might need to step that back foot forward. We're just gonna bend the left leg. Like that elevator, escalator. Might find a little shake. And then extend the back leg straight. Arms come down. Step back, move through your vinyasa. Whatever that is for you. We'll all meet back in our plank pose. Sorry, not plank pose, dolphin or down dog. Left leg lifts, bend and spin your hip open. Extend the left leg. Step it forward, through, in between the hands. Low lunge. We'll lower the chest down to the inside of the left leg. Find lizard on the opposite side. Chest lifts. Find a twist opposite side. You can put your right hand down on the ground as you did before. I'm going to modify and bring my right elbow over my left thigh so as not to put any weight on that right hand. Same stretch. Just a different way to get there. And then come back to center. Lift, high. Might find a little balance challenge there. Start with your legs straight behind you, and then bend those elbows, stretching out your triceps, and bend the right knee. A little bit of strength work in those legs. Straighten the back leg, arms come up, sweep down, move through your vinyasa. I can tell you, I know that it's not super graceful, but I'm just pleased that I can sort of muddle through here. Feels really nice. And meet back in dolphin or down dog. Big breath in and out. Make your way back to the top of the mat, however you need to get there. Maybe you need to lower your knees and just step like me, or you can jump or walk, hands to heart. Arms come out and up, flat back, forward fold, reach all the way down. Halfway lift, and we'll move through our vinyasa. Lift those hips, find your down dog or dolphin. Right leg lifts, spin and spin that hip open. Extend the right leg long. We'll step it through in between the hands. Low lunge. Straighten your right leg for pyramid pose. Feel that nice stretch in your right hamstring. Press your left heel down. Just breathe into that opening. Let's bend the knee and take that twist one more time. Left hand comes down or bring it across the top of your right thigh. Twist that chest towards your right inner thigh. Right arm reaches high. And then drop that hand. We're just going to rotate the chest around towards the center. Wide leg, forward fold. Let's come down as low as you can. It feels nice for you. You might shift your weight a little bit from side to side. And take a moment to take your left hand to your right ankle. Pull your nose down towards your right knee. I like to take my right arm back behind. And then switch sides. Right hand reaches for the left ankle. You can feel that stretch across the right back body a little bit. Come back to center. Pause here. You might start to feel a little fatigue in your ankles too. That does happen. And now chest lifts, and we'll take Skandasana. So weight comes into the right foot. Sit your hips down, left toes towards the ceiling. Chest comes up. If you can, press that right tricep into your right inner thigh. And then walk it over to the opposite side. Right toes to the sky. Press that left thigh out. Chest lifts. And then from here, we'll just rotate over to the left. Find that low lunge first. And then extend, find pyramid on this side. Let your chest come down towards your left thigh. Right heel down to the ground. Breathe into that opening. And then bend the front knee. We'll take a twist on this side. A couple of different options. Right hand down to the ground. Or bring your right tricep over your right quad. Sorry, left quad. And then release. We'll move through our vinyasa. Knee down, dog or dolphin. Big breath in and out. And then make your way to the top of the mat. Hands to heart. Arms out and up. Flat back, forward fold, all the way down. Halfway lift. Make your way through your vinyasa. Kneeling down dog. Right leg lift, bend and spin that hip open. And then we'll step it through in between the hands. Rotate your left foot down, rise up for warrior two. Sink low in those legs. Shoulders away from the ears. Gaze over the right fingertips. And then reach forward and arch back. Nice stretch in the right side body. And then reach forward, side angle pose. And back, arch. And side angle. And arch. Side. Pause here, find that strength in your legs. Wrap that left arm back around behind you. Try to find any kind of bind. Maybe you find the top of your right thigh, maybe you grab onto your shirt. Open up to that chest. Tuck the tail. Strong in the legs. Release the bind, straighten the right leg. Find triangle pose. Nice, flat body in between two panes of glass. And then let's rotate the left arm down, back up, and then sink the legs to warrior two. Hold that warrior two. And then come up star pose. We'll take that forward fold again, all the way down. And stretch in the back of your leg. Nina. This time, stay in this position, but we're just gonna bend the right knee. A little bit different stretch. More on the inside of your legs. And then come back to center, bend the left leg. Back to center. Come up flat back. We'll take a twist here. So left hand is down. You reach that right arm back and up behind you. Press into the left hand. You can keep your gaze down or up, whatever feels more comfortable for your neck. And then release, switch sides. I'm gonna come down to my forearm and press into your right hand. This time, twist towards the left. Left arm up. And then release back to center. We're just gonna rotate our feet. Well, just one foot. So the left foot's gonna rotate towards the left side and we'll rise up for warrior two. Left side. Strong in those legs. Let's stretch across your collarbone, all the way through your arms. Then reach forward, arch. And forward, side angle pose. Nina, no. Arch back. And forward. Arch back. And forward. Pause here. See if you can find any kind of bind on this side. So you're going to take that right arm back behind, open up the chest, pull your right shoulder back. And then release your bind, straighten the left leg, triangle pose, right arm towards the seat. Gaze can be up or down. Windmill that right arm forward, let's sweep the ground, come back up. And this time, bend your left knee, and we'll come back down, moving through your vinyasa. Feet up and down, dog or dolphin. 3 big breaths. Now from here, I want you to sweep your right foot through, and we're gonna find pigeon. I'm gonna have to come down and set myself up, so you can sweep your right leg through. Bring it parallel to the front of your mat as much as you can. Chest is nice and tall. Find that nice stretch in your outer hip. You can even take your hands off the ground, reach up, maybe to your heart. Back bend. And then release all the way over. Find that stretch in your hips. Maybe you're feeling really open, you can get all the way down. Maybe you stay up on your forearms. Whatever's comfortable for you. Just breathe into that. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. And press up through your hands. We're going to swing that left leg back around to the front. Right foot comes to the inside of the left inner thigh. Sit nice and tall. Reach forward. Bringing your chest down towards your left thigh. Relax your head and neck. Think about pulling the left side of your left foot towards you, like your foot is pressed up against the wall. My foot always wants to rotate in. See if you can flatten it out and manually guide it flat with your left hand. Pull the left side of your foot towards you. And then reach forward and come up. Let's come into Baddha Konasana. So bring the feet together, knees stay wide. Sit up nice and tall. And then begin to fold over. Bring your chest towards your feet. You can reach your hands forward. Feel that nice stretch in your hips. Oh, goodness. I tell you what, a week off might be good for rest, but oh man, am I stiff. I certainly slept better, but I feel like I haven't moved in ages. Let your hips open, let your knees sink a little bit closer to the ground. And then reach your chest forward, reach up. This time, right leg extends long in front of you. Sit up nice and tall, and then fold forward over the right leg. Again, think about flattening that foot out. See if you can grab it with your right hand and pull the right edge towards you. Let your chest find your thigh. Relax your head and neck. And then sit up nice and tall. One more stretch to open up wide this way, actually two. And then we'll do some different stretches for the outer hips. So nice wide legged stance. Sit your hip nice and tall. You might think about even rolling forward on your pelvis just a little bit. Toes towards the ceiling. Let's practice that hip rotation. So take your pinky toes back behind you and then your big toe towards the front. It's not a huge motion here, but think about isolating just that hip joint. Torso doesn't move. Just rotating your legs forward and back. And then sit up nice and tall, and then reach forward, fold forward any amount. Sometimes I like to give it a little sway, side to side. Maybe stillness is what you need, or maybe you have a prop to set your head on. Think about flexing those feet, toes towards the sky. Maybe you can come down another centimeter. And then sit up nice and tall. We'll stretch to the right, left arm comes up and over, reaches for those right toes. Right arm sweeps underneath. Think about opening your chest. Gaze up towards the sky. You bring your ear just a little bit closer to your knee. Then rotate your chest towards your thigh. So this time, rather than ear towards the knee, it's more like the nose or forehead. And then we're gonna walk through center. Opposite side, right arm up and over. Try to bring those left toes, left arm sweeps underneath. Open up your chest. Look through and under your arm. And get just a little bit lower. And then rotate your chest towards the thigh. Let your breath help guide you down. Then release, walk back to your center one more time. Maybe you get a little bit lower this time. And then chest lifts. Come all the way up. Bring your feet in. Gonna shake out your legs for a second. And then we're gonna come and sit up onto your shins. And we're gonna move into frog pose. So we're gonna take the legs wide. I'm having to set myself up a little bit weird because of my arm. You're gonna come down onto your forearms and let your legs come wide. Sit your hips back. We'll actually move just so you can maybe see a little bit better. So my knees come wide. And I'm coming kind of forward a little bit. It's a little bit different stretch on the inner thighs here. You can bring your toes together. You can spread them out. So sit your hips back, weights in those forearms. Mine's more my elbows. Going back a little bit, you can activate your triceps. I suppose if you wanted to, you could even put your hands down and really make it a tricep exercise if you wanted to. Guide your breath into those spaces that feel a little bit uncomfortable. See if it can ease open the stretch. And then we'll release. Sometimes coming forward, it's a little bit easier. Bring your feet back together. Might shake them out just for a second. And then press back, come to your shins. And then sit back down. We're gonna do a quad stretch in just a minute, but we're gonna stretch our hips just another way here, this outer side. So let's start with fire log pose. I'm gonna start with my left leg in front. Shins parallel to the mat. Right foot comes on top. I'm trying to get my shins sort of parallel with each other, like in a straight line and parallel to the edge of the mat. So just take a moment here. Shift your weight forward just a little bit, and you'll feel a little bit more stretch in those hips. Sit up nice and tall. If you want to, you can clasp your hands back behind you, straighten the arms, and get a nice stretch in your chest. That can feel nice. If you want to hold that, you can, or you can release those arms and begin to fold over your legs. So different kind of hip stretch, more on the outside. I find this one more challenging than the open poses. See if you can let those muscles release. Mine want to really tense up. See if you can just remind them gently to relax. Clenching those muscles, is it going to help? Couple more breaths here. And then reach forward with the chest, sit up nice and tall, and we'll switch sides. So this time, right leg comes underneath, left leg comes on top. Take a moment to get settled first. Make sure that your knees feel okay. Sit up nice and tall. If you want to take that stretch for your shoulders, try to interlace the fingers the opposite way. And then open up to the chest. That nice stretch across the collarbones. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And if you want to maintain that when you fold forward, feel free. If not, release the hands and fold over those legs. get to breathe. Nice, slow, deep breaths. It's the same as when you're sort of doing strength training. If you can imagine the muscles, like when you're lifting, let's say you're doing bicep curls, and you actually think about your biceps as you're curling them, you notice that they activate probably differently than if you're just sort of passively doing the exercise. Take your breath into the tight spaces in these stretches too. It's the same principle. Bring your focus and awareness to those areas and let them release, let them open. One more big breath here. Reach forward with the chest, sit up nice and tall. And then while we're here, we're going to take just a little bit different cross. And we're going to do another spinal twist. So I'm going to take my left leg and just bring it a little bit more over. So my right knee is going to point more straight ahead. It's under my left leg. Left leg is up, knee towards the ceiling. And I'm going to take the stretch. My elbow pressing into my outer left thigh, left hand back behind to act as a support. Nice spinal twist. Also still stretching out that left hip. And then switch sides. Release that twist. Left leg comes to the bottom, right leg crosses over. Right arm comes back behind to act as your support. And squeeze that left leg in as you twist. Release the twist. We're going to find camel pose and then Virasana. So if you have a block, you might want to grab it for Virasana. That can be helpful. So for camel, let's come to the tops of our shins. We'll start just with more gentle back bend here. So tuck the toes. You're going to reach back for your heels. Press, I'm just doing one arm right now. Press up. Press your pelvis forward. Spread wide across the collarbones. Feel the stretch in your quads. Squeeze your glutes to protect your back. If you want to, you can keep your chin tucked in. And then release, come back up, sit down, shake that out for just a second. And we'll come up and we'll move into just a little bit deeper version, and then we'll find Virasana. Big breath in and out. Then come back up to the shins. If you're ready to take it a little bit deeper, I'm actually going to turn. Leave your feet, tops of the feet down. And then you'll reach back for those heels. Just a little bit deeper stretch. Press forward with the hips. Remember, you can keep your chin tucked. And then come back up and sit down. Quick little break before finding Virasana. I'm just going to wiggle it out just for a quick second. So if you have your block, you might want to grab it. We're going to take our knees, put them together, and spread your feet apart, like to the edge of your mat. Now, if you have a block, you can sit on it. If you don't, and it's okay with your knees, you can sit all the way down, trying to squeeze your knees together. Still on the tops of the feet. You might just check this out first, settle in. You could also use a blanket or a pillow if you need something to help you with those hips. If this is uncomfortable on your knees, you can also do it one leg at a time. So you can have one leg straight while the other leg is bent. And then we're just going to start to lean back any amount that feels comfortable for you. Find that stretch in the front of your quad. That's a really, really big stretch. So don't push it. maybe settle in here for a moment. Remember to keep those knees squeezing together. If it's available to you, you can come all the way down. Big quad stretch here. Squeeze your glutes, protect your back. I'm not going to stay here too long. It's a really big stretch. To come up and out, you sort of walk your elbows back under you and push up. I'm just going to come back up to my elbows for a second. I like the stretch, I just need a little bit less. And then push yourself back up carefully to center. And then gently you're gonna rock over to one side, let those legs sweep out from under you. Bring them in front and lay down on your back. We'll take a little pyramid shape with our legs here. Take your feet to the edges of your mat, knees to the center. Let your pelvis reset in the back here, your low back. Virasana doesn't really look like a back bend, but it feels like a back bend. Let's windshield wiper the legs now from side to side. Nice and loose. And come back to center. Take your knees in towards your chest. Give a little hug. Put your nose into your knees. Turn yourself into a ball. You might roll from side to side or front to back. And then we'll be ready to find Shavasana, your version of Shavasana. Whatever that means for you today. Just begin to settle in any shape that feels nice. Relax the body into the floor. You might tuck your shoulder blades under just a little bit. Spread wide across the back. Rotate your palms toward the sky and let your feet flop open. Or if you're in Baddha Konasana, bring your feet together, knees dropping towards the floor. Relax your jaw and space between your eyes. Relax your ears, your scalp, your neck and shoulders, your left arm and left hand, right arm and right hand, back, pelvis, hips, your left leg bones and your left foot, your right leg bones and your right foot, fingers and toes. And whenever you're ready, you can deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring your feet in. Roll over to one side. Taking your time to find your way back to a seat. Eyes remain closed. Hands to heart. Remind yourself the intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. Breathe it in. And exhale. Thank you for practicing with me. Great rest of this beautiful weekend. Namaste.
Thank you, Sarah. Enjoy the sun.
Oh, I will. Thank you.